Welcome back to Subnautica. This is a bit of a misnomer right here, the crash sequence update. Actually, we're on the machine update. It's been 2 or 3 major updates since I started this world. This world is the one that we started originally. It's my first Subnautica world. We got to basically a multi-structured base. We have water filtration machines. We had a really nice big fish tank going. We had gotten the sea moth, and we were getting all of the parts for the actual Cyclops. Well, now that the machine update is out, I get a warning on this game that says that basically it's out of date. There's lots of bug fixes that it won't receive, lots of new features it won't receive, specifically because the world is already generated. And I do think that's a bit of a flaw. Basically, I've discovered that the map for the game is a fixed size of a sandbox, and everything in it generates when you create that world. It might not generate the fine-tuned details, but it does the overarching, like what biomes are where, and what major features are where, like landmarks, like islands and whatnot. So that means that there is a certain amount of stuff that it can't go back and fix. Well, I've thought about it. There's a lot of new features that I'd really love to explore, and a lot of bug fixes, like the fact that fish are supposed to respawn in shallows, like, you know, air sacs and stuff like that. They're supposed to respawn in the shallows. After you fish out those areas, it's supposed to be that the fish come back. So I'm kind of excited about that. And other big features, they've got scanner rooms and remote cameras and all sorts of great stuff. The Cyclops is better now. So, yeah, I've got this new world. 3 hours in. Basically, I redid all the boring stuff. In this game world, I don't know if it's going to put me in the pod or if it's going to put me where I last was. Yeah, there we go. Scanner.
Acquired.
And look at all of those updates.
Suit equipped and capturing body moisture to chemically neutralize residual odors in bodily fluids before re-ingestion. Please press the activation button in the next 3 seconds.
The deactivation button. This is the joke.
I've chosen not to activate chemical taste neutralization. Thank you and have a nice day.
So, I am on my nice little starter pod. There's the shipwreck. The explosion has already happened. I've already gone over there, fixed the reactor room, and come back. Nothing has changed about those things. The only thing that has changed is the stuff in between. There's a lot of wrecks, and now a lot of the research stuff that you need happens around wrecks. You can find them around wrecks. I can't... Can I fix you yet? No, I can't fix that for some reason. See, there's little things that I can't fix. I fixed the comm array. But there's other stuff that I can't actually repair, and I don't know why. That's a little weird. So I did... the first thing I found was solar panels and the recipe for the Sea Glide. I made a Sea Glide and a whole bunch of batteries, and I went to the Aurora and I made the welder so that I could actually go to the Aurora and get to the engine room, shut down the reactors, and set it into safety mode, which means in a few days, I think actually by this point in time, within either today or the next couple of days, the yeah, see, it says welder to repair, but I can't repair that. I think it's a bug. Nope. So in the next couple of days, all the radiation around the Aurora should be gone. I shouldn't have to worry about carrying the actual radiation suit around. Now, there's also another cool thing. First of all, there's an O2 tank slot now. That wasn't there before. But the upside is that now tanks don't give you 30 minutes of breathing or 30 seconds of breathing. It's 60 seconds of breathing, so it's longer. Previously, to get 105, I had to have 2 tanks on me. Well, this tank that I've got on me, I'm going to actually swap it over. You see, my time didn't change at all. Unfortunately, one change they have made is that you can only have 1 tank on you at any given time that it only recognizes the one on your person, the one you have equipped. Now the upside is that it said there was a higher capacity tank that I got the recipe for. When I was scanning stuff, see, I don't know how to make it though. That's the problem. If I go into blueprints and go all the way down to the bottom, high capacity tank, extra air capacity. You need an O2 tank and titanium. Okay, I have lots of both of those, but it's not there, which makes me sad. The still suit. I made a still suit, and it's awesome. The still suit basically reclaims body moisture, and you get these little bags of water. And basically what those do is it's plus like 20 water, but it's minus 2 or 3 food. The joke is that it's not neutralizing body odors from the water after it's reclaiming it. That's the gag. But it's extremely useful. It's been giving me a lot of water that I probably wouldn't have had previously. So I actually think this is a wonderful early game addition. It might have been there before. I'm not sure. Let's go into the water. Oh dear. It's nighttime. Well, that's fine. I've got these two little bad boys right here. These are storage units. Yeah, my inventory is full. You are correct. There's my radiation suit. I did have to use that to go over to the Aurora, but I don't need it now. I'm going to go back in here. And I'm gonna, let's see, put that back because I don't need it. Why, oh, why does it have to be nighttime? Okay, big change number 1. Oh no, I used it for the actual making of the radiation suit. So big change number 1 is the fact that there is a lead item. Now, there's a lead ore. There it is, lead. You don't make those from batteries anymore. There's actually a lead ore you will find. I found 2 really, really quick, just right around here. And I wonder if that thing is... Nope, I've caught 1 fish with that gravisphere. But you now have to make you don't have to make the lead plates anymore. You can gonna actually, I don't need the cutter. I'm actually gonna get the habitat builder. Whoops. As soon as it's daylight. Let's go up here. I like standing on top of the pod. It's very, very fun. So you don't have to make lead plates from batteries anymore. Now you can actually just mine some up from the shallows and make your radiation suit pretty quick. I still have the radiation gloves and helmet on. I don't know what that matters. On the way to the Aurora, I found not 1, not 2, but 3 signals. I don't know what that is. There's a blinking over there, but I've gone that direction and I can't find out what that is. Aha! Reclaim water. See? Minus 3 food, plus 20 H2O. So I could just bloop, do that right now. But of course now I need to eat something. 1 signal, landmass detected that way. I've also seen another mass of land that direction. I know from previous game that there is one that direction, so there's several islands. I might go to that one first, because I think I went to that one first time. I think. Can't remember. Poor smoking pod. I wish I could repair you, but I can't. So yeah, I picked up 3 signals. I died and popped back to the pod, and I had 2 of the signals. No, I picked up 2 signals, died, and those signals seem to be permanently stuck on. I have, or at least they were. Let me go back into the water real quick. That might have corrected itself finally. So there were 2 heat signatures and then a land mass. The 2 heat signatures I had, and then I died and came back to the pod, and I lost those 2 signals. Your inventory gets reset to the last time you were in the pod, so I didn't have the 2 signals, and I didn't have anything I'd picked up on the way, which was a pity. So I had to go back to the Aurora, and on the way there I picked up this 3rd signal, then fixed the reactor room, then came back. So the 3rd signal is the landmass, which I find very, very interesting. Now, we have a couple of different things we could do. We could actually I think I'm going to make some kind of a base here. I'm going to, let's get this stuff. I'm gonna make some glass, in theory. I probably need to get some more quartz. But... yeah, let's go looking for quartz now that it's daytime. I made a gravisphere to see if I could do some small game fishing. That doesn't seem to have worked very well for me. Oh yeah, there's a creature egg. Actually, thank you. Top off by way of brain coral. Okay, I'm still keeping my eye open for salt, but you don't really need that salt for manganese thing anymore. That's not really an early game. I think you use salt for a lot of other stuff now. There's some more quartz. I want to get a couple of pieces of glass because I know I'm going to need it for some of the actual structures I want to build. Right there. Here's a piece of salvage. I have so much titanium to spare right now that the actual area around me is littered with salvage I haven't picked up. The fish probably think I'm a horrible litterer, but whatever. I have found a fair amount in these ravines right down here. I've found a fair amount of gold, copper ore, gold ore, silver, lead. Pretty easily accessible too. So the spread of some of those ores seems to have been diversified a little bit at least, because early game in my previous save, all I found was titanium and copper at the surface with the occasional piece of silver. You had to go deeper down for gold. It's not really the case that much anymore, and I think I kind of like that. I'm still getting this loading thing where I have to get right up on an actual seam in the world before I load the adjacent chunk. All I know is to call it a chunk specifically because I'm thinking in Minecraft terms, but it's a bug that I have reported to the developers. I'm hoping they'll have a fix for it because it makes the game kind of ugly, and I don't like that. I'm gonna need some raw quartz as well, I think, for the actual solar panels. I've been considering, I like keeping my first base close to this. I'm considering making a platform. See, this is what I'm talking about a seam. You'll see a seam in the world right there, and then boop, all of a sudden everything on the other side of it loads. There's one right there, and then suddenly, boop, everything on the other side of it loads. And see, I'm in like a chunk right now, and you can see the boundary. When I get up to here, that boundary moves. Suddenly, the stuff over there is unloaded. And it does make the game pretty ugly. I am curious. Hopefully the devs will. I don't know. I don't think the devs for Subnautica watch my videos, but I would love to get an answer on why. I like this kind of enclosed area right here. However, I have made a significant amount of actual progress in blueprint scanning on my way to the Aurora and back. As a matter of fact, I made so much blueprint scanning progress that I actually completed the Cyclops. Yeah, see the hull. Previously, the hull and the bridge are right there close to the Aurora. Well, now, back towards the end of the, back towards the back of the Aurora, there's a floating islands, underwater islands biome. And that biome actually had the engines in it, all three parts, sitting right on top of those little islands. So I actually have the entirety of the Cyclops that I could build, but we're going to work up to that. I'm trying to think of some place that's going to have a nice open space. I'm thinking right over here. I want space for multiple layers. Okay, let me get this thing. Let's right-click this, and we want to do a foundation. I'm just going to put it right there. Okay. I'm going to get... I do have a moon pool pattern, and I want to actually build one of those at some point. Let's see. Scanner room is something totally... I don't know why I can't center this thing. I'm going to deconstruct this. Actually, no. I want to put that back. I'm just going to put the thing on one edge. Ah. There we go. Okay, I want to put a hatch on it.
Emergency. 10 seconds of oxygen remaining.
I hear you. I'm not far, though. There we go. I'm actually going to do a multi-story structure again because I really liked having that. I want to have a big fish tank on the second and third floor. Here we go. As a matter of fact, oh, I need more titanium. Wow, okay. Swim back. Let's see. Resources. Got some quartz there. Again, I ended up getting so much titanium that I had to start compressing it into ingots. Let's do that. I need to get some food. Let me zip over here. There we go. Now I think we should have missing one quartz. And I have to go.
Restored. All primary systems online.
Neat. Okay, so we've got our four-story house there. I need to do some fishing real quick. They say that the fish in the area are supposed to respawn, but it is a situation where I'm not really seeing that. So I think I'm gonna have to go, here we go, a little farther out. Let's get one of those. And the peeper fish is just going to vanish on me. I'm going to grab... The air sacs are a little more evasive now. God, these things are hard to catch. There we go. I'm going to get some of that while I'm here. Come here, you. Urgh. Okay. Let's zip back to our little pod. I am excited about this season 2 of Subnautica. When I started playing, I actually, in the tags, the stuff that you never see for videos, in the tags, I actually flagged it as season 1 because I figured there might be a point where I make a mistake, I want to restart, whatever. And yeah, that was maybe a little too insightful of me. Okay, we can do reclaimed water, we can do bottled water. There we go, all nice and fed. We can go back to building. So I want to add a couple more of these solar panels. They are... I think the line indicates that they're transmitting power, I think. I like having several of these to start because it really sucks having the batteries run out now on your habitat, specifically because... Okay, I can't do any more of those. If you... These are all backwards. That is supposed to be there. There we go. Ah. Gonna save.
Captain.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, so now we have multiple floors to account for. Actually, I know I can put the ladders on the sides, but let's do ladder right there. The first couple of floors. And then here is where I'm going to change things. I'm going to do ladder right here. And do I have... Don't have the glass. I need 4 glass and I have 2. Okay. So my next task is going to be getting as much quartz as I can for the sake of glass for the aquarium and the giant and the small fish tank. Or is that the other way around? Is it the giant fish tank and the small aquarium? Anyway, the big fish tank and the small fish tank. I want the breeding tank to be 2 stories tall, just like it was last time, because that really boosted the speed on how much food we got, how quick. That was very important. So... Let's go down here. So yeah, I want that big 2-story fish tank again. I want the little tank on the side walls to store extra food. That was extremely useful, what I referred to as the refrigerator. You see, I get these seams right here in the world. And they do not look very pretty. That's sealed off. I need to figure out a way to get that rock out of the way. Nighttime approaches. Ooh, what's this? This is a research thing probably for a solar panel. Yep. I am still finding solar panels fragments all over the place. Let's go up to the surface real quick. Yeah. Ooh, copper. You see, I didn't used to find a lot of copper. That just right there on top. Okay, let's kick on the Sea Glide. I keep turning the light on for this thing, and I forget to turn it off, and I run the batteries down. I think I'm going to be manufacturing up here for a little while. We did that the same way in the last series, because I can use this power on this little pod. Refills pretty quick, and it never really runs out. It just might hit, it might get low, but it never really runs out. And that is a huge advantage. Okay, so we're gonna go up a floor, up a floor. I'm gonna see. Yep. Perfect. There we go. I want to put a hatch right there. I want to see if I can do... No, I need one more glass. Oh, man. Oh, I thought I would actually have a... Well, no, because there's dirt on the bottom. That makes sense. So now I need to actually get more glass for that side fish tank, but the one thing I want to go do... It's going to be harder to do at night. Uh-oh. That was a crash. No matter how fast you are, they are just as fast as you are, which I think is kind of broken. I'm not a fan of those things. Whole bunch of quartz right here. See, there was lead. There we go. Perfect example. Oh, I've taken the crash powder out of that. That's another thing I think is dumb, is that they can respawn, but the crash powder doesn't. Let's get a whole bunch more glass. A whole bunch more quartz, I mean. We need as much of this as we can muster. I do hear you, Molly Boo. My kitty cat wants some attention. Okay. Let's get... What are you? Are you edible?
Discovered.
Oh, spadefish. Maybe you are edible. Nope. I do hear one of those snappers on my heels. So here's something I want to show you. This is part of the wreckage right near where I crash landed, and it's got a sign from the cafeteria. Chicken and pork barbecue, sliced beef, baked potato, coleslaw. Anyway, it sounds like it was a barbecue joint. Oh gosh. Let's go down here. Oh, daylight's coming back. Hooray. I need to find... two of the same kind of fish. And ideally, I'd like to get those to be air sacs again. I just don't know if that's going to happen. Let's go over here. I'm running the battery down on this thing. There's an air sac. And did I see an... There's another one. Okay, I want to hustle home. We're going to put these in the actual big tank. I want to have them... basically, I want to set them to breeding as much as possible. As quick as possible. Hopefully we have enough glass for the bigger tank, which means we'll actually get faster spawn rates. Let's go in there. We're going to do more glass. I'm actually gonna... Let's see. Cook the boomerang. Cook the spadefish. I'm hoping... Still alive, yes. Okay, so now we go over here. We are going to... No. Is it just drop, drop? Here we go. Couple of air sacs. And how do I want to do the second level? I don't need to be able to get to the second level long term, because I mean I'm literally the third and fourth floor. The top two floors of this structure are only going to be for the sake of I'm low on titanium. You're killing me here. The top two floors of this thing are only going to be for the aquarium. And, well, I could maybe put, you know, all the small tanks. Let's get this. And...
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Can I? Nope, I can't do that here. So I'm just going to... No, no, no. Come here. Ah, no. You can only grab the ends of these things. There you go. To pick them up, you can only grab the middle of them if you want to open them. But the great thing is, you can pick them up and they'll keep their inventory. But they hold as much inventory as they take up. There we go. Okay. Resources. I'm out. Oh my gosh. Gonna go back over here. I'm actually out of titanium. What else do I have in here? Sparrow 2 tank that I'm never gonna use. Okay, so apparently it's time to get some salvage on. Oh, yeah. Nope. I have no way of fighting these things. And they guard some of these actual scannables. What is that? Solar panel fragments. Don't need... Actually, I do need it. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Yep, it gives titanium. Ah! See, now he's gonna chase me all over God and creation. And I have to flee. I had that guy, I had one of those chase me all the way back to my life pod and basically sit under the life pod for a good 5 minutes. I had to step out, hit it with a knife, step back in. It finally went away, but it took the better part of 5 minutes of fighting it. It was really aggravating. Okay. I need more titanium and more quartz. I see quartz. I see more quartz. There's not much interesting down here. Yeah. Crash. There's more titanium. Oh, there's some silver ore. Hey. There's more silver. I saw that. They hand it off. And they keep stealing all the wreckage. Got it. Well, guess what I see. Where'd you go? They made our sacks more evasive. It's kind of aggravating. Okay, let's go back over here. And see what kind of damage we can do. Okay. I'm gonna do that. That. And you see, I can't really run the batteries here flat. At least I've tried, and you really don't. They always keep a bare minimum, amount of power in them. Okay, 3 of those. Now I need to actually let's see if I can do this. Yes, I can. Which means we can get back to growing creep vines. We can get back to making tons of fish. I don't need that for now, at least. Do I have? Yep. I don't know if I can put that there anymore. Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. There we go. Awesome. So we now have a little bit of side storage. This means I can actually get the ladder to the second floor of this area. Put it there on the far side. We could put more of these upstairs, maybe with different kinds of fish. Yeah, this makes me happy. We've got 3 air sacs and growing. I'm going to probably do all storage bins down here and put the actual crafting, fabrication, the comms unit, and stuff like that right here on this wall. And then it's just going to be bins for storage over there. Up here, ideally, let's see what I actually have. Appliances. I could make a comms array, but I'm not gonna. Yeah, lockers all downstairs. Where is it? Modification station. Nope. Oh, titanium pot containing synthetic soil. I could actually use this and some vegetation and some plants, I think. Once I go to the island, I can use these and these to actually harvest some herbs. There's one of the islands that has a sea base on it that's been abandoned. And that one... Aha! Water filtration machine. Just gonna do one. Yep, there we go. It's gonna take tons of power. I'm just gonna do one for now. But yeah, one of the islands has an abandoned base on it, and there are beds that you can actually get that are like underwater crop harvesting beds. And I want to get those. But we could use the little potted plants for some of the above ground plants that come from those islands in the meantime. I need to probably see if I can cram... Nope, need more quartz. Okay, I'm going to go hunting for quartz. And this is where I'm going to drop you off on this new episode, or this first episode of the new season of Subnautica. Wow. That goes a lot deeper than I thought it did. Oh, and I see a brain coral down there. Okay. I might go down there and search. We'll have to see what's down there. I probably should take a flare with me. Reclaimed water. Oh, hey. Come here, you guys. Where'd your brother go? Sorry, dude. You're my lunch. Okay. Thank you very much for joining me on this first episode of Season 2 of Subnautica. I will catch you folks later. I'm really hoping you're as excited. Come here, as I am. I will catch you folks later. Bye-bye.